Done right. No nonsense, real and raw, just like you like it.
He's corrupt, he's inexperienced, and he lies.
Broadcasting from a broom closet in the Arizona Lotus Studios, is Beef Vegan Presents.
Here we go! Yo, it's the realest on the radio, the party bro living in the audio, making everybody go.
Yo!
I did that for you, Powers.
That's like throwback.
Yeah, welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. Good morning. Thank you for tuning in to Rock 102.1 KFMA, streaming worldwide at KFMA.com. I already said good morning, Powers, but I'll do it again. Good morning, Powers.
Good morning, Beef.
All right, we got our Hump Day show lined up for you. A lot of good things to cover up. We got a special guest in the podcast broadcast later on. I'm giving away a gas card. You got to go to our social media pages at Rock 102.1 on Facebook or Instagram. The comment below the Beef Gives You Gas post to qualify to win. Around 7 o'clock, I'll tell you how to win that. And also, we have Win Them Before You Buy tickets for Hailstorm and the Pretty Reckless, who are performing together up in Phoenix in August. So that's just a couple listener bait items that we have this morning. And, of course, we still have continued fallout from Will Smith. It's hard not to talk about this because there's some juicy tidbits, celebrities weighing in, and we're going to touch it based on all of those throughout the day. First, let's talk about Jim Carrey. Jim Carrey had some things to say.
Oh, I'm curious.
Yeah, right. So he was just interviewed and he was watching the Oscars from home this year. And here's what he had to say about watching the Oscars from home when Will Smith crashed the stage to slap Chris Rock. Oh, come on. You guys haven't been to Cool Club for a while, but, still, internally, you all look at each other like the Cool Club, for sure.
He got the tail end of that celebrity in the 90s where it was like this last bastion of red carpet gold, that George Clooney front row, Jack Nicholson's still there. The Hollywood elite still existed the way it used to be when Sinatra was around and stuff.
So you think
then that's gone away.
Who killed that? Will Smith or Scientology in general?
I think time. Because the term celebrity has certainly been broadened, hasn't it?
Yeah, it has. I mean, there's TikTok celebrities that are more famous than George Clooney to be more recognizable to a certain generation. That's the thing, as a quasi D-list local celebrity, and I have been for like a decade now in small circles, right? People are like, oh my God, you're famous. I'm only like famous, quote unquote famous, to people who know who I am. There's still a large amount of people who don't know who I am, but at the same time, I could still be in a situation like a mall and somebody like recognize me from the show and be a fan of the show and, react accordingly and freak out. And so to my daughter or my girlfriend, I could be famous. Again, air quotes all day long.
A lot of air quotes going on.
Because I know I'm not, and that's fine. That's what I love about radio is the ambiguousness of it. You could be out there, but still be, basically behind the microphone is like wearing a mask. A lot of people who listen to the show have no clue what I look like. In fact, they always get it wrong when they assume they know what I look like. They either think I'm taller and like leaner. Actually, they never think that. They always think I'm like Danny DeVito. Yes, they're like, oh, I thought you'd be like a dwarf and like 300 pounds. Like, why? Why do I sound like that? There was a woman the other day. She thought I was Hispanic. She commented on there. Thought I was a short, chubby Hispanic. The reality is, everyone who assumes what I look like, it's never flattering. No one's like, oh man, I thought you'd be like this GQ model. No. Well, no, they always think that I am some sort of like shrunken fat man.
You apparently have the voice of an ugly man.
Yeah.
That's what people
And you
think.
know what? It's crazy too, because I also have the face of an ugly man. It's crazy.
No.
Yeah. Doubled up. I double dipped in ugly. I was like, when we were standing in line for God before they send us down to earth, they're like, what would you like on this latest earth adventure? And I was like, you know what? I want to know what it feels like to be an uggo with a personality. You know what? Just to top it off, why don't you give me a small peen too? That will really help me out.
Let me tell you, that beard's taking care of a lot of these problems. You're doing fine.
Yeah, I know.
All right? Just got to grow a beard.
God bless the beard. All right. Well, Jim Carrey didn't stop there, actually. This is Jim Carrey's thought on Will's reaction to the joke. And, you could expect what he had to say.
Yeah.
Words. Yeah, so it actually cut off the audio. He's like, I don't know what's going on with Will Smith. And I tried talking to Jada about it after I banged her, but she doesn't know either. So, yeah, it's a very strange, odd situation, but that's just the tip of the iceberg. Jim Carrey weighing in on the Will Smith situation. Later on in the show, we hear from OJ. Oh, yes. OJ has a hot take on it. All right, your morning morons coming up after all the good things featuring Hollywood Undead for the Glory. But first, we'll kick it back. We'll start it off with a throwback. It's What It's Like by Everlast on Rock 102.1 KFMA. Let's go. Oh, hey, we're back here live on the podcast broadcast. I'm seeing all your lovely comments. Keep it going. And Alberto said, I remember Beef looking like a bigger Jason Alexander. A bigger Jason Alexander? Let me introduce our in-studio guest. Of course, you guys all know Powers. He's not necessarily a guest anymore, just part of the show. But our in-studio guest, first time appearing on the podcast broadcast and the show in general, is lady, feminine, female, estrogen-filled.
Oh my God.
How can I feminize this introduction? It's Jen Blanco or Blanco.
It's Blanco.
I know how to say Blanco. I don't know why. You make me nervous. Usually, again, we're so testosterone-filled around the show. Whenever we get a lady in here, Powers gets all giddy. It smells nicer, and that's where we're at. So Jen is a hilarious comedian who's performing at the Lady Bitch Show this Saturday at the Screening Room. So if you guys are looking for an awesome date night, there's 2 shows happening, 7:30 and 9:30. We're going to talk about that, crack jokes with Jen. Also, she's going to send me a video clip that I'll share with you so you can see her in action. You know, it's all that fun stuff. And you have a podcast as well?
Yeah, it's Kurt and Jen Make a Podcast, where we break down the sense of humor of different bands every week.
Oh, yeah? Different bands?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So, like, who is the funniest band then? So far?
So far, it's got to be They Might Be Giants.
Yeah.
Really?
They're the funniest band.
What do they do that makes them so funny? I mean, I love They Might Be Giants, but I never heard them kind of in interview. I think actually we had them in studio, but yeah.
It's crazy. Yeah, no, I mean, every song that they do has like a really good sense of humor to it. And like almost every single album we have to take and just do an entire episode on one album.
Okay.
To get all the jokes in.
All right. Yeah. So is there a joke off the top of the mind, like a lyric that was super funny from They Might Be Giants that resonates with you still? That you try not to include in your act? You know, sometimes you hear something funny and then you're writing jokes.
And then you want to steal it. Yeah, no, I don't want to steal any of their jokes.
Subconsciously steal it. Yeah, sometimes you write a joke and you're like, that was super easy. And then you have to like think, I know Brian Posehn says this all the time because he's a super stoner. And he's like, when I write a joke that's really good and it's really easy, I think to myself, like, did I hear this joke before? Why was that so easy? So, yeah, a comedian thing. So nothing off the top of your head?
Not off the top of my head.
Okay. How long you been doing the podcast?
2 years.
All right, nice.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah. Started right before the pandemic. So
okay, yeah, perfect timing.
Gave you something to do for sure.
Yeah.
It did.
Absolutely. Well, that's good. And I'm glad that you're seasoned when it comes to podcasts. Have you ever been on the radio before? Or radio, as we like to say.
Radio?
Mm-hmm.
Have I been on the radio? No, I have not been on the radio. No.
All right. It's much like a podcast without the F-bombs. And so right now we're on the podcast. So this is a hybrid. In about 43 seconds, we're going to be on the broadcast. Yes, whoa. I know.
This is mind-blowing stuff. I don't even know. I can't even.
Technology at its finest, Jen. So what's going to happen is I'll just sign us in by saying Rock 102.1. We'll be on the radio. We're going to do some plugs. We're going to have some fun. And then we're going to continue the conversation on the podcast and go back and forth. We're going to play some games. And did you send me that link?
I'm about to, yeah.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
I got more clips too.
Mansplained a lot. That's what that was.
That wasn't a mansplaining. This is literally explaining.
Okay.
This is a new, I'm not explaining to her how to do a podcast, even though if you want to, just want some tips. So
you want some, yeah.
I've been podcasting for over 10 years, not to toot my own horn. Nobody cares. All right, here we go. Rock on 2.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. It's the podcast broadcast. And Powers just accused me of mansplaining to our in-studio guest, Jen Blanco, who is a comedian who's performing this Saturday at the Screening Room with 2 shows. The shows are called Lady Bits. So it's all female comedians, right?
That's right.
How many comedians are on this bill?
On this bill, we have 8 comedians, including me. I'm the producer, host, director, everything.
Oh, so, nice. Yeah. Nice. Okay.
Yeah. And this is our 3rd show.
Oh, so it's a series of shows. When was your first show?
Our first show was October of last year.
Okay.
Yeah. And then
Nice.
our January show sold out, so you got to get those tickets soon.
The screening room is an excellent place to see any kind of show,
Yay.
entertainment. They do a lot. There's a full bar there, so it's a great comedy venue. And with the other 7 comedians, have they been on the previous 2 shows as well? And do you have like a tight knit community with these female comedians?
Yeah, I mean, we have a tight knit community. Only 2 of them have been on the show before.
Okay.
So we're really looking forward to it. And one of them is going to headline for the first time for us on Saturday night.
Who's your headliner?
Brandy Bigley from Phoenix.
Oh, nice.
Yeah.
I don't know Brandy, but I assume that she's got to be funny.
She's hilarious.
Nice. And so is there a running theme besides it just being all female comedians? Because Lady Bits is the name of the show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Lady Bits is the name of the show. So it's just female comedians. And then whatever they want to do. So, it's a lot less dick jokes.
Okay.
You know?
Less dick jokes.
Less
What?
dick jokes.
Wow.
Weird.
I was
Yeah.
gonna say
Oh,
it's.
I guess you can't say that on the radio. Yeah, I had to hit the dump, but that's okay.
Sorry.
That's all right. You're seasoned podcaster, so
Mhm.
usually you throw out the D jokes. We call it D around here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. And we giggle every time you say it because we're 13 mentally.
That makes sense.
Yeah. So you're saying it's less D jokes?
Less D jokes. Yeah, for sure.
I was gonna make sure. Are you sure it's that, or is it just a lot more smaller D jokes? Is that what it is?
No, we don't reference the smaller D. That's
Okay,
all I'm
good.
saying.
Can you joke about bigger D?
I mean, you could joke about it, but why would you?
I wish you would speak to other comedians, female comedians, to really just take bigger D down a couple pegs. They
Okay.
get a little too much hype. So if you could throw more jokes towards the bigger Ds and how unappealing they are
Yeah. I mean,
universally,
yeah.
that would
'Cause
do a lot of people favors.
Nobody wants the big D energy, right? Nobody wants that.
They don't want that.
No.
No, absolutely. All right, we're going to keep this conversation going on the podcast broadcast, plus things that used to mean you were upper class, but now signal that you're lower class. And we're going to check out Jen in action on a video clip. All that more coming up. Beef Vegan Presents. Keep it right here. Excuse me, I got clamped. Rock on 2.1 KFMA. Clamped is not a word either.
No, it is.
All right.
That's,
The
yeah,
Klimt is a word.
Oh, good.
absolutely. You got
Yeah.
some spiel
It's
to
Yiddish.
Zoink.
All right,
Yeah.
yeah. I'm channeling my inner Mike Myers.
That's right.
Good
Yes.
times. Good times.
All right, yes. Send me that link now. Let's
Okay.
get that going.
I think I sent it to you, so let me
Okay,
know if you
I'll
didn't
check
get it.
my email here.
Also, I'm gonna say, you said dick on the radio.
I know. I'm sorry.
He said it twice.
Ah.
Dick was just flying out there. And I was like, dick this, dick that. Like, whoa. The first time I was like, yeah. Oh, wait. Yeah, shit. We're not doing the podcast right now. Boop, boop, hit the dump.
That's right. Professional.
Sorry.
See, we're doing a great job.
Yeah. No, you're good. You're good, Jen. All right. So I'm going to get this video clip set up from Jen. But until then, we had an excellent morning moron that I got to share with you. And in case you missed it this morning, it went a little something like this. Check it out. Rock 1 2.1 KFMA. Power just made me realize, we dig that song featuring Hollywood Undead for the glory, but I didn't know why. And he's like, I like the song because of the hockey game. I'm like, oh, yeah, they do play that at the Tucson Roadrunners hockey game for every opening, every show open is that song. And I'm like, oh, yeah, it's the theme, baby. It's the theme.
Yeah.
Speaking of Tucson hockey, this Friday, you can get your cheap seats by using the code word Lazo. Power is going to be the section captain. We're going to have the whole crew from Beef Vegan Presents out there, plus our streamers. It's going to be a party. So if you don't have any plans this Friday night, join us at the TCC for some professional hockey action.
Got plans now.
Yeah, it is fantastic. And you might even win some prizes. All right, it's 6:14. Time for your morning moron. Let's do this. All right, chick from New Jersey.
Hey, I know lots of them.
Exactly. And, they can be mental.
Oh, yeah.
Shout out to my mom. She's a chick from New Jersey as well. Well, there's a New Jersey woman who's facing more charges after police say she stole a car. Now, of course, stealing a car, you're going to get a felony, and that's kind of makes you a morning moron right off the bat. But the reason why she's a morning moron is because when she stole the car, she was fresh out of jail for 1 hour. So they release her from jail, and then she immediately steals a car again. This happened at 4:45 in the afternoon. And this girl, she's a cute girl. It's crazy that she could be such a hardened criminal because she made me feel like a hardened criminal just checking out her mugshot.
Boom.
Oh, so deputies found the stolen Camaro heading southbound, and that's when they pulled her over after they gave chase. Police say the driver did not stop and even sideswiped another car before deputies found the car crashed off of the Fairway Drive exit. So, women be driving. She's a 27-year-old, and here's the kicker. Maybe, just maybe, she stole the car after she got out of jail because she has to kill a robot sent from the future to protect our reality and our future. Because this woman's name, none other than Sarah Connors.
Sarah Connor. No.
Sarah Connors. She got out of jail, stole a car, again, tried to get away. And maybe the cops, they were T3s. I don't know. You know, I mean, as of right now, I've seen the movie. I know how it plays out.
They've been shape-shifting since 92. So.
Absolutely. And they were cops. Yeah. You know, Robert Patrick?
Yes.
He was a cop, you know, shape-shifted into something else. So maybe this is art imitating life or life imitating art.
It's true.
Life imitating art.
Yes.
Either way, though, I say free Sarah Connors, even though she stole 2 cars in the 24-hour time span.
That's awesome.
Yeah, it's not really.
No, I mean, but if you really have a goal, you get out of jail. I assume maybe she just had a good thing going.
Yeah.
She's like, I just got to get back to that jail.
Yeah, I'll tell you what isn't a good thing for her. She actually had to be transported to the hospital because she sustained serious injuries during the crash. And then after she got out of the hospital, she was rebooked into the police department on misdemeanor theft and drug charges, but was later released that day as well.
So she was released still. She's not even in jail?
Nope. I know.
All right, well, then we'll have a morning war on tomorrow when she's back.
Yeah. She'll steal another car. I'm just waiting for it. I'm waiting for the Google update. Yeah. Sarah Connors arrested again. Did not save world. All right, that's your morning war. Let's hit the reset. We'll be back with more Beef Vegan Presents after the break. Stick around. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA.
Like hanging out with especially white moms is so weird. Has anyone hung out with these people? They need to get out. You know what I'm saying? They're like, have you seen the home edit, Jen? And I'm like, I don't know what you're talking about. What is the home edit? They're like, it's amazing. We can organize everything. They have these little boxes that you can put your Ziploc containers into to organize your drawer. And I'm like, bitch, the boxes that they came in? Are you paying money for that? Because it comes in a box. I can save you some money and some time. My family washed the Ziploc bags. A lot, and it was my job because I was the kid. That's how that worked. Wash your fucking Ziploc and don't buy a wooden Ziploc bag holder. What is
Go on your phone to
that was Jen in action right there. Jen Blanco in studio as our special guest, part and producer of Lady Bits comedy show that's happening this Saturday, which is awesome too. I do appreciate you putting together shows like these, and just creating a party. And you've been doing this now. This is your 3rd Lady Bits show. Have you been promoting and putting together comedy shows before that? And a tag along question: how long have you been doing stand up?
Oh my God. I started doing stand-up when I was 14.
Wow.
As the first answer. I started because I lived in Chicago at the time, and you could compete in comedy in high school as a thing.
Yeah. Comedy in Chicago is outrageous. Yeah. It's probably, it rivals only New York and LA. Yeah. But a lot of people would say Chicago over everyone.
Yeah, some people would. I'm okay with New York and LA, but
right.
It's fine. I also produce some shows over at the Tucson Improv Movement. I produce and host the Boast Battle and also the Punball Wizards. So
explain Punball Wizards, because Boast Battle is a compliment battle, which Powers and I did on the air, and I smoked them. What's a Punball Wizards? Obviously, pun intended. There's going to be puns in there.
Oh my God, so many puns. It's just a head-to-head pun competition, and at the end, somebody gets a tiara. So.
Okay.
Yeah, there's a bunch of different games that they have to play, and then they have to do an intro that's pun-filled and dad joke-filled, and it's just fun for the whole family.
Yeah, and it's a great challenge, and it really shows off your intelligence. And I would assume that anyone who wins the pun contest has got to be extremely intelligent, and I would possibly even claim the smartest person on the stage that night, because there have been multiple studies saying that those who do puns more often are actually more intelligent. They're sharper, and they could come up with these puns.
I would take the cake, because if puns were lunch meat, I'd be the worst.
You do a lot of puns. Schmonty. Oh, that was pretty good.
That was good.
That was pretty good.
He was teeing that one
That's a
up for a
back-
while.
I know he
Keep
does
that
the
in the
back
cliche
pocket.
sayings too, though. He slips them in there. Schmonty was one who my old co-host would just be puntastic, always slapping puns as well. So I would love to see a pun battle between Schmonty and Powers. Maybe I'll set that up
Set
on
it
the
up.
podcast
I'll
broadcast
try.
here soon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, we got to see, who is the king of all puns around here. And then when's that pun show?
That's a good question. Our next pun show is going to be next month.
Wow.
It's normally the third Saturday at 7:30 at Tucson Improv.
You're hustling. You
Yeah.
got a day job too?
Yeah, I do. I'm an audiologist. So
What's an
What's that?
audiologist? Yeah.
so it's a doctor of hearing and balance, and I specialize in cochlear implants.
Yes. You need to look at my ear.
Oh!
You hear that all the time, right? As soon as you tell people
Yeah.
what you are, they're like, oh, good, because I don't have insurance. I need you to be my doctor right now.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
yeah, fix this, please. I haven't been able to hear since COVID out of my right ear. Just give it a look-see and, charge it to my non-existing insurance.
Can I just take a toilet plunger and just get it
To
I
my
quite-
head?
Yeah.
I mean, you could. It's better than a Q-tip. You know what
Yeah.
I'm saying?
See, lay off
Yeah.
them Q-tips.
Yeah,
Never
no.
put a Q-tip in your ear. You're not doing that, are you?
Well, I don't. I got to get the wax out. But it's not that. It wasn't the Q-tip thing that did it. I know for sure.
Okay.
And, just because you're not the first person to suggest to put a plunger to my ear because I have shit for brains. I see what you're doing, and that ain't cool. That just ain't cool.
Boom.
Yeah. It's not even a pun.
It's not, but it's good.
It's just hurtful.
That's just,
It is
It's just
hurtful.
hurtful. He says sadly.
So, yeah, you're anti-Q-tip. How do you clean your ears then?
Your ears clean themselves.
Yeah, but what
What?
about, no, that's bullshit.
No,
Because
it's
when I
not.
use a Q-tip, I get all this yellow and
Because you're
gross.
supposed to have some wax in your ears. It
You
keeps
are?
out bugs and it keeps your ear canal hydrated.
That's
know-
what boogers and ear nose hairs for too.
Mm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't like boogers in my nose either, or
Well,
nose hairs. I
what are you gonna
pull those
do?
bad boys out. So everything that I feel like is grooming is actually bad for me.
I
But
mean,
if I don't do this stuff, I would be single, and because
It's just a disheveled monster.
I mean, at no point in time is deodorant bad for you, is all I'm saying.
okay, good, because a lot of people believe that deodorant is bad for you. All right, I'll tell you. Then let me ask you this: when you're dating a guy,
Mhm.
do you look into their ears to see if they're compatible enough? Like, do clean ears turn you off, Jen? In a way, and not sexually, but you're just like,
this is the hard hitting questions
Yeah.
I'm here for.
yeah.
Oh
If
my
you look in and
gosh.
you're just like, ugh, his ears are so clean, that's gross. Or do
Oh.
you look for orange ears?
I don't look for orange ears for sure. I don't think I look for ears on dates. I mean,
You
because that's
should.
my job.
I know,
though,
that's true.
right?
You don't want to do your work
You don't want
afterwards.
to do I don't want to work for fun.
Yeah, okay.
That's
know?
the actual thing she makes no matter what the season is. She's like, can you just put these earmuffs on? Let's go to Winter Haven and walk around.
Right.
She just wants people to cover them up.
Yeah, cover that up.
Just-
I don't need
yeah.
to see that.
I don't want to get
Look at your
hashtag me too,
ears.
but now I'm really curious to look in your ears. How gross do your ears look on the inside?
Mine?
Yeah.
They look
I mean,
fine. I have a video otoscope at home.
Oh,
Okay.
nice.
Okay. All right. All right. We got
Because
3
I'm
seconds.
also a nerd.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Rock 102.1 KFMA. We're learning all different types of things with Jen Blanco.
Can you see why
In
she's one of my
studio.
favorite people?
She's fantastic, but she also told me never to use Q-tips, which obviously everyone's heard before. Q-tips are bad for your ears. Okay. And I say cotton swabs. Q-tip is the brand.
That's right.
All
True.
right. Yes. But, what is your job title, your day job title again? Because it's super fancy. You're an educated woman.
So I'm an
Person.
audiologist.
Yeah. An audiologist, which has to do with ears.
Yeah.
Right. So I immediately started asking her advice, and immediately she's like, don't use cotton swabs. And I think that's disgusting. Disgusting not to clean out your ears. I mean, one of the great, I asked a question the other day. What are besides sex, what's a physical pleasure that you love so much? And I mentioned sneezing, but I didn't mention cleaning out your ears with cotton swabs.
I mean, it's a good feeling.
It's
It
the
is.
best feeling.
Yeah, but
It's
'cause
leg
bad
shaking
for
feeling like a
you.
dog. Because it's bad for
'Cause
you?
it's bad for you.
Everything that feels good is bad for you?
Not everything.
I don't know.
Just a lot of things.
Right.
There's a lot of things.
So I'm surprised you could hear me right now with all that earwax built up. I mean, how do you clean out your ears? You say you don't. You shouldn't.
You shouldn't. If you need to, use like some vinegar and water. It's fine.
So not only
Rinse it
your
out.
ears look disgusting, now they smell like vinegar. I don't know, like
They smell like pickles. Now you're just getting, like you're the ladies who like pickles.
right.
You know what I mean?
This
Yeah.
is dating tips with Jen Blanco.
Yeah.
Right. But I did learn some things. So let me ask you this question because I came across this Reddit thread. Said things that they asked, what things used to mean you were upper class, but now signal that you're lower class. Right. And if I was to ask you this question right off the top of your head, Powers, you got an example of something that used to be like, oh, he's so bougie. And now, oh, they're so broke.
Day drinking.
Day drinking.
Yes.
Oh.
I still enjoy me some day drinking.
I know.
While
but-
cleaning out my ears with cotton swab.
but that's the thing. I think day drinking it's become really popular now, kind of. And
Yeah.
like, it's becoming more like classless.
You mean happy hour?
No,
It's class-
day drink. I mean, even more. Like it's day drinking. You're drinking all day, not happy hour. Early,
Yeah.
right?
Oh.
Whereas if you think back in the day, like Mad Men style, used to drink in the day.
That's
Like
true.
you're a classy gent.
I still believe that executives still drink in the daytime, the ones that make a lot of money and don't have to really work
For sure.
because you're bored. Just
Yeah.
making money easily is very boring. So you got to catch a buzz.
We'll never know.
Jen, same question to you.
I think Tupperware, like plastic Tupperware, for sure used to be bougie, but now you have to have glass, right?
Yes.
Like, to
Oh.
be bougie.
Yes, and there used to be Tupperware salesmen door to door,
Yeah, Tupperware
and it
party.
used to be a big deal to get that fancy new set of Tupperware.
Yeah.
You're absolutely right. That is fantastic. A fantastic example. Here's some that I saw on the Reddit thread that I want to share with you. 35-inch TV used to mean you were upper class. Now it just means you're low class. Wall-to-wall carpeting or carpeting in your bathroom.
I was just saying
Oh
carpeting
my
is
God,
disgusting.
so disgusting.
It
Because I'm
is.
looking to move. I'm like, oh, carpeting.
Right. Yeah, you want to avoid that like the plague.
Yeah.
For sure. Flip phones, lots of shares in Blockbuster Video,
Mm.
and having a wallet with the long plastic sleeve of credit cards. Those are things.
I want that. Half of those things are back. Are you kidding?
Nah.
Oh, we could get Blockbuster cred right now. People love it. You could sell it. Get it to Rico. Get Rico in here. I could sell him some Blockbuster credit.
I'm sure.
I'll sell it as an NFT to him.
That's what you'd have to do, sell it as an NFT.
Yeah.
The final thing that I do agree on, which is unfortunate, is the thing that used to mean you were upper class now signals that you're lower class is smoking cigarettes.
100%.
Oh, yeah.
If you went
100%.
back 100 years ago, poor people had horses and rich people had cars, and rich people also smoked all the finest tobacco.
That's right.
Yeah, while the poor just chewed it up and spit it out. They
Oh,
still do that today, but not as classy.
it's horrible.
I like
Yes.
that you refer to it as the pores.
Yeah, isn't
The
that nice?
pores.
The pores.
Generalize.
Yeah.
As being one of the
The
pores,
pores.
I can call us the pores. There you go. We're going to keep the conversation moving on the podcast broadcast. Join us on the Facebook page, youtube.com/BeefVegan. I said that so fast.
Well done.
We got more Beef Vegan Presents coming up after Incubus. Keep it right here. It's Rock 102.1 KFMA. And clear.
Don't have too much chemistry. What are you doing? Trying to take my job? Jen, you're too good at this.
Jen, what are you doing on Mondays, Wednesdays, and
How
Fridays?
dare you? How dare you?
I mean, technically, I'm working.
Oh, with the real job,
With the
being
real
a
job.
doctor, making actual money.
Oh, having
we
to be
wouldn't
in
know
the
what you're talking
operating
about.
room.
That's why you can't
Ugh.
say the pores. You're not allowed to.
No.
You can say
I'm
pores
not.
like skin pores because you might know some stuff about that. Right? Is that
There
a
you go.
pun?
Well done.
Thank you.
It was.
See, I'm not
It was
100% shit for
fantastic.
brains. Mm.
And she's a mom,
Yep.
right? So
Yeah.
doing that too.
Yeah.
Doing that. Got two
Juggling.
of those.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Juggling. What inspires you more when you're writing comedy? Personal life mom stories or awkward interactions or gross ass ears that you look at every day?
Never gross ass ears. I
I-
make any gross ass ears jokes. I
You,
have not
you
made
don't like
single
those
one.
jokes? Okay.
No, not a fan. Not a fan
Okay.
of gross jokes. I think it's more of like weird stuff that my family says, like not my kids, because I don't like to throw them under the bus, but like my mom and stuff. Great. Gold mines. Gold
Okay.
mines. Yeah. So good.
What made you go into this field of ear doctor? Because I say ear doctor because I already forgot how to pronounce your actual title. So
Would you like
what
me to write
made
it
you
down? This post-it note's not big enough to write it down.
right?
Write down audiologist.
Audiologist.
Audiologist. Yeah,
Audiologist.
I would fuck it up. But as far as ear doctor as opposed to a foot doctor or a knee doctor or an elbow doctor, I can go on and on.
Yeah.
Different body parts.
I walked into the wrong room in college and I was like, I could do this.
Right?
Yeah. And that was it. That was the entire thing.
That was
It
it.
was like 5 seconds. And I was like, yeah, I want to do cochlear implants. That's what I want to do.
Oh,
Slow
wow.
down. You want to do, what are those called now?
Cochlear implants.
And what is that?
So it's an electrode array that's placed inside the cochlea,
Yeah.
which is your organ of hearing.
Okay.
And then you have something on the outside that takes the sound and then converts it into an electrical pulse.
Okay.
So
Oh,
So
let
are
me-
you helping like deaf people or hard of hearing people hear again?
yes.
That's fantastic.
Yeah,
What'd you say? Okay.
yeah.
So let me.
That's a joke I've never heard
I know,
before.
I know. So my girlfriend and my daughter are, so irritated with me because I have since the beginning of the year, I've had ear issues in my right ear and not being able to hear that well at all. And would it be weird if I asked you to look in my ear? And could you just do that, with the naked eye to be able to look in? No, you
I
can't see.
I can't see it with the naked eye because your ear canal has like a bend in it.
Yeah.
And so what happens is normally they pull your ear back and then put the scope in so
Right.
that they can actually see around that bend.
But mine doesn't because I use cotton swabs and I straightened that thing out like a long time ago. So you could look right into
No!
my brainstem. Is that
That's
so-
not good.
Is that not good?
That's not good. It's also if you're going for the next joke, which is can you see through the other side?
No, I'm not gonna go there. I'm not gonna go
Okay.
there.
I'll
All
say
right.
this. You don't got to worry about it. Obviously, I've talked to her for a little bit. I've picked up enough. I'll figure it out. I'll
You
just take
gonna-
a look.
Frank's a doctor now.
Yeah,
that's
Dr.
that's how that
Powers.
works.
Dr.
sweat.
Powers.
I'm
Yes.
gonna get it.
Dr. Power.
I'm going to be
Alright.
a doctor one day.
Jason's asking anything going on for these final Roadrunners games. In fact, they actually put 2 Roadrunners games at the tail end of this month or April, I should say. So those will be big ones. But this Friday, we're doing Beast Cheap Seats. We have our streamers. It's basically streamer appreciation night. Powers, the whole crew from the show is going to be out there in the Beast Cheap Seat section. We're going to party and then afterwards probably even hit up fourth for whoever's down. So if you guys want to party with us this Friday night at the Tucson Roadrunners game, you can go to KFMA.com, use the keyword Lazo, Lazo, to get those half price tickets. And it's as simple as that. It's a big deal.
Thank you.
So that's going to be fun. And as far as themes, I don't think this Friday night's like thematic, but I do know that whenever I have a cheap seats night, I like to hook up whoever's in the section as much as I can, get them involved on the on ice games.
Yeah, I got to
or
go on the ice once.
yes,
What?
yeah.
Yeah, it's the best.
If
Did
I
you
don't
get to
have-
go on the Zamboni though?
He did the other day.
I do all the
No,
time.
You didn't.
It's
Yeah.
a big deal. It's a big
So
deal.
he's
I've done it like 10 times.
He's the voice of the Roadrunners hype guy. Like he's the hype.
Oh,
in
I'm
in
the arena host.
Arena host.
That's what they say.
That's what I'm trying to figure it out because I called you the voice of it. It's not that, right?
No,
It's
no, that's
the arena
Kim.
host.
Yeah.
Awesome. It's like
Amazing.
best job, right? So he gets to hype everybody up. So Roadrunners games are super fun. Like when we
Yeah.
just get to go like be in his section.
You know what happened? Here's the irony, Jen. I used to call this position the deaf grandpa role, right? So I would say, hey, make some noise. And then they'd make noise. And I'd be like, I can't hear you.
Yeah.
Right. So now I can't hear them. And it's kind of like one of those jokes that I made a reality. Yeah, that sucks.
You got to be careful what you manifest.
I
You gotta be
know.
careful.
Yeah,
I
you gotta,
manifested
that's
that.
why you only like manifest good, happy jokes about
I
like
know.
sparkles.
Yeah.
Sparkle jokes are the best.
Sparkles. That's
And
like
again-
half my jokes are sparkle jokes.
And you can
Oh,
see
yeah?
how she dresses
Yeah.
when she does it again.
I see that.
Fabulous.
yeah.
Let me share you guys this. I'm calling this a little quick segment called Just Don't Go. Now, there's a girl who posted on social media after going to an Alt J show, and I love Alt J. Okay. She had a stipulation before she was going to the Alt J show, and she decided to email the manager directly. And she's like, oh, look, I have a condition where I can't handle strobe lights. So don't use strobe lights at your show, please, your arena show. Yeah, legitimately, this is what she said. She's a cute girl. But obviously, she said she left 45 voicemails for the tour manager asking them to not use strobe lights.
How did she get the tour manager's phone number, first of all?
Well, she's a cute blonde. So
Okay, that's
somehow,
fair.
yeah,
That's That's how.
yeah, they just
Obsession.
gave it out. Talk
Yeah.
to a roadie. But yeah, so she has a condition, and apparently they didn't receive her messages, right?
So hard.
So exactly. Now look at this is an arena. This I think this is in the UK. So this is like the O2 Arena, which is 20,000 people. So out of the fucking 19,999 people, this chick's like, but me,
Yeah.
Yeah.
but I do not like that, good sir. Turn them off. Right. So she said she left with lasting damage. And let's see.
Oh, so this is a scam. So she thinks that she's got a scam.
Well,
Oh.
no. Well, she thinks she has a lawsuit for sure.
Right.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
she's going to try to get money out of them this way. Scam.
Right.
That's
And
interesting.
utter bullshit, right?
Yeah.
So she said the urgent care would not accept her because she was screaming and she slept on her uncle Joseph's futon. So
Not,
Oh my god, not a futon.
not Uncle Joseph.
yeah. Oh, you don't know about Uncle Joe.
We don't
right?
want to.
Well, yeah.
Right. So yeah, but this is what I just titled. Just how about don't go? How about don't go?
Right.
You don't like strobe lights and stay away from strobe lights. Now, initially, they're like, oh, it's an EDM show. Well, Alt J's not EDM, but they do provide great strobe entertainment. I'll
Like,
leave it
it's a
tripping.
concert.
I know.
It's a concert. Like,
But this is where we're at with society. This is the entitlement movement of people like, no, but me.
right. No, my number one example of like entitlement is you ever been you're in the airport, right? And you're waiting for the plane. They've canceled it, right? And you watch someone lose their minds all about themselves, like not real. It's like, there's like 200 other people here. It's like, how dare you do this to me? And they say to me. Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
And it's shocking as if no one else is around, that
Yeah.
they really think it's all about like, oh, you've ruined my thing. It's insane.
Right.
It's insane. Screaming entitlement.
Yep. All right, Jen, we like to play games on this show. We're going to play a game here in a little bit. And then coming up on the air, since you're an ear doctor, we're going to talk about feet because that makes
Obviously,
sense.
that
It's
makes so
all
much
connected.
sense.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Procter and Gamble provides a service for feet. And they were using deceptive marketing, straight up lying to get people to buy their product. I'll tell more about that here on the air after I play Incubus. But we like to play a game here called The Last Word. So here's how this is going to work, Jen. I'm going to give a category for both you and Powers. You're going to give an answer to said category, and Powers is going to respond. You're going to go back and forth with acceptable answers. There's 30 seconds on the clock. Whoever gets the last acceptable answer in before the 30 seconds runs out wins the round. Best of 3 rounds wins the game. Any questions?
None.
Feeling pretty sharp?
I'm ready.
Okay. Let me see, get my categories ready. I wanted to
Not
do like a
standing pose that anyone does. What is this?
All right, we're gonna start off super easy here.
Okay.
You know, for you vocabulary fans out there.
I'm quite verbose.
Okay, Jen, you can start this off.
Okay.
Give me a word that rhymes with cheese. Go.
Wheeze.
Wheeze.
Please.
Please.
Sneeze.
Keys.
Meese?
Knees? No.
Bees.
Oh, knees.
Knees. Ears.
Ears?
Nah, I'm just kidding.
Schmeeze? No, that's not
No.
a word. I think Frank wins this one.
Oh, no, don't give up. You got 5 seconds.
Leaves.
Lees?
Leaves? I don't
No.
know.
You don't lease a car.
Trees. Look at these
Oh,
people.
trees.
Trees.
People are commenting.
Trees.
They're better than me at this game.
You're so rude. Did you mention please? Did anyone mention please?
I think
That
Frank
was
said
my
please.
second
You
one.
said, oh, you
For
are
my
pretty
first
polite.
one.
All right, you're
Thank
pretty polite. Okay. All right, Jen. Well, yeah, you lost that first round, but the
Did.
good
I
news for
lost.
you
Still
is
15,
it is
but I
the
won.
best of 3. So you still have redemption.
Okay.
Okay.
We'll see.
All right.
We'll see. Maybe Frank will throw this one for me. Maybe Powers will throw this for me.
You don't
Yeah,
want
maybe.
that type of guy. Come on, that's not a real friend.
No, that's not a real friend.
That's
You're
right.
You're right.
That's right.
You're right.
Okay, Powers. Powers, you can start this one off. 30 seconds on the clock. Name something you keep doing even though you know it's wrong. Go.
Oh, well, it depends. Is touching yourself in an impure? I don't want to use that one. Stealing.
Stealing. Okay. You keep doing that?
Drinking too much.
Drinking too much. Yes.
Stealing hearts. I'm gonna say.
Oh.
Well, they legalized that. Magic mushrooms. They didn't legalize that.
Not yet. All right.
Getting too stoned.
Okay.
I get they legalized.
Two stoned
yeah,
is still
too
not
stoned,
good.
Though. Too
All
stoned
right.
is not good.
Skipping.
All right, Jen, you got that one. Yes. All right. So, all right, here we go.
I
Final
forgot what
category.
the category was halfway through that one.
Name something that you keep doing even though you know it's wrong.
Oh, it's wrong. Okay.
Yeah,
yeah.
I went to illegal, not wrong.
Yeah, you went
Yeah.
to illegal. I was
Right.
just like, hey, maybe don't get so stoned. Maybe don't get so
Right.
drunk.
That is kind of
Absolutely right. Self-destructive.
Yeah, just be moderate. It's
Uh-huh.
fine.
moderation of moderation.
All right, we used this one before, but I'm interested to hear Jen's answers to this. So,
So scared.
Jen,
Yes.
name let's see, where's it at? Okay, name a reason you think men grow beards. Go.
hide their chins.
Hide their chins.
To look like they have a chin.
Okay.
To look more like a lumberjack.
Okay.
To look distinguished.
Okay.
To like fit in with their hipster friends.
Okay.
To appear more sophisticated.
All right.
To appear more manly.
Oh, yes.
To look older.
Oh yeah, to look older. To look better. Just a better like.
To not be
like
ugly.
maybe you have a jawline issue.
What was that? Was so long an answer. What is all that?
She explained
I
her
was running
answer.
out the clock.
Just right. It's a jawline issue.
It's a strategy. It was a strategy, but you know what?
Cover scar is a good answer.
Best 2 out of 3. That means Jen, you won the last word. Congratulations.
Just keep talking. That's how you win the last word.
Yeah, no,
Damn it.
I mean, everybody has a strategy for sure. And
Yeah.
stalling has definitely been one that has been effective for some people, but you got to time it out perfectly.
You
So,
do.
yeah, that's how you play the last word. We got about 36 seconds going to talk about this Procter & Gamble BS. I actually told this headline to my girlfriend last night. I said, women's feet are 5 times stinkier than men's.
That's not true.
Is it though?
I don't know. Do you get your feet massaged by your significant other?
No, she barely touches me.
Oh, that's not what I was going
I'm
for. That's not
just-
the energy that I wanted here.
I'm
the
just
one
kidding.
that does the
She's very
massaging in
affectionate.
those situations.
Yeah,
Right.
exactly.
All right,
That's
3
what
seconds.
I'm saying.
Here, we're going on here. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. Hanging out here with comedian Jen Blanco, who's all part of the Lady Bits comedy show happening at the Screening Room this Saturday, April 2nd. There's actually 2 shows that you can go to, the 7:31 or the 9:31. We'll give you more information on that or how you can find more information in a bit. But first, like I was saying on the podcast broadcast stream, I came across this headline that I shared with my girlfriend, and she completely agreed, right?
Mhm.
It was that women's feet are 5 times stinkier than men's. Now, there's been studies on this because the theory is women are more likely to be barefoot,
That's what I was just going to say.
right?
That's
Walk
what I thought of
around,
during this break.
get more, bacteria. And there's a company called Procter & Gamble, and they actually made this claim in China and to basically scare women into buying their product. Be like, hey,
That's
ladies,
true as well.
y'all smell, you need to buy this, right? Now, the thing is, it is not true. Good
No,
news. Yeah.
Jen was right.
I
Yes.
was going to say, like, because we wear sandals and things, it's better airflow, less bacteria.
Oh.
Yes.
Yeah.
And you know what? That argument does kind of hold up in a study. They have done a study in 2019 that found that women do have slightly more types of bacteria on their feet because they're usually wearing sandals or barefoot,
Uh-huh.
but men still sweat more in general, and that tends to cause odor, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's what it is. Now, Procter & Gamble, they don't care about facts or science. They just literally say women be stinking.
Yeah. Buy
And
this.
told this to ladies to go buy this and make them panic buy. Now people in China are calling them out for being sexist and threatening to boycott their products. So they had to pull the ad and issue an apology.
Wow.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean,
I'll say this survey says that people say this whole segment is gross because I'm nauseous talking about foot bacteria.
Oh, yeah.
Ugh.
You don't have a foot fetish? You don't? I thought you follow Mistress
Ceratops.
Ceratops for her feet pics.
She's very popular, but I really am just a fan of dinosaurs.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Nice.
She called earlier. That was a cold.
All right. So let's hit the reset. We're going to be back with your beef tip, but we'll keep the conversation going on our podcast broadcast and also do a little F My Life. So join us on the Facebook page or youtube.com/beef vegan. Your beef tip coming up next on Beef Vegan Presents. So don't go away. There. All right, Jen.
Propaganda.
Honest opinion. What are your thoughts on how we do radio, like radio broadcasting, as opposed to podcasting? Because you're now a podcasting seasoned vet.
Yeah, I
you
mean,
feel the difference. Does
I
it
can
seem?
feel the difference. I really like your mic setup better than my mic setup. So
Yeah, home mic. Well, I mean, we're still in a broom closet, but yes, at least they gave us arms. So
Yeah,
that's nice. That's
that
the
is
one
really
thing we
nice
got.
because then I don't have to like bend down to my mic, which is
Mhm.
nice.
There's a lot of things actually in this studio that are used in home studios, so it's
Yeah.
not too far. Like my first 7.5, 8 years of broadcasting was out of my living room, and it was all like a homemade DIY setup. And so I had what I see now a lot in podcasts was the drum mic stand.
Mhm.
So the drum mic stand has like a heavy bass, and then you put there, it's really just to mic up the kick drum. and I use that as my desk mic stand, right? And now I'm seeing that everywhere on podcast videos. So people figured that out. I feel like I was ahead of the curve on that.
Yeah.
But with my studio here, because we're in the broom closet and we're like the stepchild of this company, I'm using Skype lines. I'm using my own little streaming service. Everything beyond the music program that I use is pretty DIY, pretty like you could afford to. Well, you definitely could afford it, but anyone could afford to set that up.
Single mom.
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
single mom. I know.
Got 2 kids.
How many kids you have?
I have 2 little boys.
Okay, and their ages are
8 and 5 or
So
6. 8 and 6.
you're still in that golden era.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Where they still like me a little bit.
Yes.
Yeah, they're
Enjoy
gonna
it.
not like me real soon.
Yes.
Yeah. We're already showing signs of that because the 8-year-old is about to turn 9.
Yeah.
And he is like fully going there.
Mm-hmm.
You know, he's like, this lady doesn't know anything.
Yeah. I have a 16-year-old daughter. I remember when it turned. It was very sad and scary. And, I still have a great relationship with her. I mean, I actually have a really great relationship with her, but I still annoy her with everything I say.
Yeah.
And
That's your job as her father, is to just annoy the
Right.
Jesus out of her.
I asked her the other day, though. I was like, hey, don't you love me? And she's like, yeah. I'm like, no, I mean, am I the person you love more than anyone else in the entire world? And she's like, yes, absolutely. Right. Because I raised my daughter. I've had sole custody of her since she was 2. All right. It's my little buddy. And I'm like, well, then why you treat me like
Because
I'm
you're
a
her
clean
safe
ear
space.
and you're Jen?
Oh.
All right. I don't know. I tried.
Because you're her safe space.
I guess.
Yeah.
It's just funny because again, I've seen it. So we go to the hockey game, right?
Yeah.
And so I'm sitting with her, right? And then I'll talk to her and also tease her a little bit. Like we're getting there, we're getting friendly. But it's funny because she's just being kind of normal, and he walks over and I watch her go, "Ugh," like, oh, I have to get in like a face. Like it was so, and immediately attack him. And he's like, well, what did I do?
It's required, or else other teenagers will find her. Because like it sends up a scent, and then all the teenagers will come and they'll be like, "Why are you being nice to your dad?
Right.
That's not allowed here at all."
I know.
Yeah.
So dick.
That's so funny. Oh, see, Brian says thing. All his team does is roast him.
Yeah.
And that is, I bet, happens a lot. I see my friends, their kid just makes fun of them all day.
Yeah.
Like all day for everything. Whatever, Dad, your hair.
I
Just
mean,
like,
it's called payback from when you did it to your parents.
Right, 'cause
You know what I
that's the
mean?
cycle,
True.
It's okay. I mean, I don't know, because my mom was awful and I'm so bad to her, and I still make jokes about her on stage.
Yeah.
So I have, I hope my kids are going to get an HBO special
Yeah.
out of their roasting of me.
They should.
Fingers crossed.
Yeah. So, well, I mean, you seem, the problem is, you seem pretty well balanced, and I'm sure they live a pretty stable life. You need some certain level of instability and chaos to create great comedic minds.
I was gonna say,
a little
how
bit of
the hell-
trauma.
Because you're not, a broken ass person that does stand up.
We don't know her that well.
Are.
I just assume she is. I'm like,
No, I've seen, and here's my other question, because you're talking about like difference between doing a podcast and the radio.
Yeah.
Because here we are live.
Yes.
Right. So she's a pro, like at improv. Like you're so into improv, does improv stuff. I think you've taught improv. Have you taught it, or did you just do it there?
I mean, like I've taught some of their like one-off classes for like Pima Community College. Yeah.
But then also does stand up, which I hate stand up. I don't like doing it. I don't like repeating myself with stuff. So that's why I point out once to Steph from Surly Wench that I said, you know what about me and you? And she's like, what? I'm like, you're a broadcaster. She goes, what do you mean? She's like, knows how she hosts things. She loves hosting things, loves doing that, making things up. Doesn't do a stand-up act, doesn't do certain things. There's a difference to what this is about, just kind of being fun all the time, which I think you're really fun and good at it. And I prefer it to just be on the spot.
In the moment.
Which again, you really do a lot of. What do you like doing most?
Oh, it's so hard. It depends on the day, because improv can be amazing or it can be like really bad, like depending on the energy you're getting back from the audience.
Yeah.
So you're like, oh, sometimes it's painful, but it's also amazing to like create that from nothing with the audience, especially when you can call back to their suggestion right away. And so that's amazing. But I really like my stand-up, and I don't try to repeat it. Like I do the same jokes, but I don't write them down. So it's a little bit different every time.
Okay.
So every time I do it, you're going to hear a different version of it. And
So
that's pretty
good.
neat.
Yeah, because it's more like being a storyteller, which is a different type of stand-up.
Yeah.
I get that. I
Yeah.
get that a lot.
I mean, I have definite jokes, but yeah.
All right, Manny says, I like Jen's energy. Bring her back again, Beef. Yeah, this is not going to be the last time you hear from Jen, I could imagine. So if doors open, Jen. If you want to replace Powers any day.
How dare you? I
He
can grow my hair that long. I think I can do it.
You could do it.
I'll try.
But can
In
you have
areas.
this beautiful highlights?
In areas.
Yeah.
It is. That's pretty fun.
Yeah, they're pretty fun.
Yeah. No, and that's dyed gray, right? You like that?
No, she's saying
It's not dyed.
natural.
This is my natural hair color,
What?
but people will come up to me and they will pet me like I'm their Pomeranian.
Right, that's
And they're
not good.
like, "Oh my god, where'd you get your hair done?"
Well, yeah,
How does that
it
make
became
you
in
feel?
vogue.
Yeah,
right?
that like
Well,
20-year-olds dye their hair gray.
Mhm.
Yeah, it's wonderful because now everybody thinks I'm a lot younger than
Isn't
I
that
am.
funny?
Yeah.
It's beautiful. I love it.
But then you could come in as a doctor
Yeah.
and look distinguished at the same time.
That's the
Right.
reason that I let it go gray. Was
Yeah.
so that people would stop looking at me as this 4'10" woman coming in
Right.
to be like, and this is our treatment option.
Yeah.
Right.
And then be like, are
Hey,
you
kid,
12?
Where's your
Yeah.
dad?
Are you
Yeah.
an intern?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I want to play you this clip real quick because I thought this was fascinating. There's stings that are happening here in LA. Apparently, there are people who will basically flag down an Uber car like it's a taxi. And there are Uber drivers that are willing to pick those people up.
Sure.
But it's, completely against the law. If you're going to be a taxi, you have to do all the right licensing and it's unsafe. So, but LA police have decided to crack down on this and they set up stings. And one Uber driver fell for it. And he was so pissed off that he took out his phone and tried to prevent it from happening to somebody else. Here's the clip I'm going to show you right now because it's fascinating. Check this out.
Two individuals that entrapped me right here, and they're trying to do it right now. They're trying to get every other Uber driver. They're trying to get every other Uber driver and Lyft driver right now. It'd be dope if I can catch one. Look at them, waving people down. The woman said that she didn't have a phone, or no, she said that her phone was. She said her phone was out of battery, and the guy said he had a flip phone. Said he had cash. They're trying to catch all kinds of people. Watch this. Hey, brother, those people are undercover cops. I just got a citation for this. Oh, really? Yeah, they trapped me. Yep. Good job, guys. I see y'all in court. Oh, I thought your phone was dead. Oh, your phone ain't dead no more, huh? Your phone ain't dead no more? Yeah, I didn't take nothing from you. I took nothing from you. I took nothing from neither one of you people, and you know I didn't. You know I didn't take nothing from you. Oh, I'm not harassing nothing. No, I'm not harassing anything. Y'all entrapped me. Good job, guys. Good job. Good job. Oh, now look at this. Look at this.
What's up, man? How you doing?
What you mean, how am I doing? I just got trapped, and I just wanted to stop somebody else from getting trapped. That's all.
So how can I help you today? You know, by doing this, you're interfering with an investigation.
I'm
right?
not interfering with no investigation.
Yeah. So
No,
whenever
I'm
a
not.
car pulls up,
I'm
So
not
you
interfering
can
with
be
anything.
arrested
I
for
was
that.
making a video, and they just happened to have some people pull up.
okay, so you know you can be arrested.
All right. And there you
That's
have it.
horrible.
Isn't that horrible?
I got freaked out. They pull up and they start coming at you. That's a nightmare.
Yeah. And then while the cop pulls up, it looks like another Uber driver pulls up behind a cop
And
car.
they-
I hope that was the case. But I
They
think
go
it
to get
was.
them. Absolutely.
Yeah.
I mean, you can't do anything nice for anybody now. You know what I
Right.
mean?
That's
Mhm.
Yeah.
Yeah, and it's every one of these Uber Lyft drivers, I've done it as well. Those are all hustles, side hustles just to get by, man. It ain't easy. And then sometimes you're like 100% cab fare. If they're willing to risk their safety to give somebody a ride, it's not good for them. It is risking their safety in it.
Sure.
But at the same time, they are doing a favor of being a good Samaritan and being like, yeah, okay, I'm in independent business. I'm driving people around. But yeah, entrapment. Would you consider that
Yeah,
entrapment?
that was totally entrapment.
Yeah, so the guy was in the right.
As
He
we've
did
gone
that.
on, a lot of people have lost the narrative for like what their role's supposed to be in certain situations, right?
You're talking
Yeah.
about police too?
In certain situations, yes, where you see people are just like, oh, well, we have to catch criminals. Let's make criminals.
Yeah, let's
Yeah,
make
That's
criminals.
ridiculous.
And in that situation, obviously that guy was not a criminal,
Right.
not afraid to stand up for it and be
And
like, "You
look
gave me
how-
a citation because you entrapped me."
Right.
That's bullshit.
And that also just felt like two jerk offs in a high school that it's like, what are you doing? Hey, we're doing our thing too. But it's like, you're cops. You're supposed to be more mature than this sort of stuff. And it comes off as petty.
Yep.
right?
Oh yeah, for sure.
Yep.
That's right.
Yeah.
Petty officers.
All right,
Pun.
we got about we got.
He's setting himself up to be
That-
the
no,
next
that was
punball
fresh.
wizard.
Yeah, I mean, he's
That's
pretty
for
good.
sure.
I mean, and you should actually, Powers. Here's your challenge. You need to come back with that punball wizard title. So
And
we
the
could,
tiara.
yeah,
You
properly.
need to bring the tiara and wear it on
Yeah.
the show. Okay.
You have to. That's
Listen,
your challenge.
I would. Am I allowed to be in that, or is it?
Yeah,
it's
sure.
gotta
Yeah,
be- you
you're
gotta
allowed
be a
to.
member
It's
of
open
Tim.
to any. Yeah,
Really?
no.
It's one of the open to every.
Yeah,
okay.
it's open to anybody. You just let me know
All
that
right.
you want to be a punball contestant.
All right,
All right,
10
it might have to
seconds.
happen.
Let's plug this show and we'll get into a beef tip. But yes, that's your challenge, Powers.
All
You'll be
right.
fired if you don't. Here we go. Rock 102.1 KFMA. Welcome back to Beef Vegan Presents. We're almost out of time, but I do want to remind you and allow Jen Blanco to plug her show. It's going to be a fantastic comedy show this Saturday night at the Screening Room, where there's two shows, 7:30 and 9:30. I believe it's 21 and up, or am I wrong?
No, it's all ages.
That's awesome.
All ages and a bar. So
Yeah.
enjoy. There's also popcorn and candy for the kids.
Yeah, awesome.
go.
Yeah.
So, how would people find out more information about these shows?
You can either go to the Lady Bits Facebook page or you can go to the Screening Room website.
Okay, nice, excellent. And how would people follow you? Because I know you have a podcast and you're doing shows all the time as a stand-up comedian.
Well done.
I love the
Yeah.
comedian.
Yeah.
I just call myself a comic, but okay.
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
It's fine. It's fine. You can find me on Instagram at Jen Comedy, or on TikTok, Jen Blanco Comedy. Yeah.
Okay, excellent. All right, well, that's all the information that you guys need to know for the Lady Bitch show, and we hope to see you out there at the Screening Room. I'm excited about this show, and I wish you the best of luck in all the shows that you produce together. And I know that we'll have you in studio as a guest again, hopefully in the near future. Before we run out of time, though, let me leave you with this beef tip. Of course, spring is here. A lot of people do spring cleaning, and this is actually a beef tip going out to you, Powers.
I'll take it.
Right, because
right.
my friend Powers is a collector / hoarder.
Yeah.
Right. Yes. He likes to collect things, and it's an overabundance of things. But hoarding, there is an argument
He's
for
hiding. He's
him to
hiding.
be a hoarder. It's possible that some people would consider him a hoarder, and some producers of the show, hoarders, would want his email contact, and you could email me. I'll pass it along as an intervention.
I love having guests.
Yes. So here's a spring cleaning hack. Okay. This is a legit hack for your beef tip. If you're having a hard time getting rid of stuff, keep it, but hide it from yourself. Okay. The idea is that if you don't see it, you'll realize you won't miss it when it's gone, which is essentially 90% of your crap, Powers. Right.
I'll give
I
you
think
maybe.
he will miss every single one of the action figures that
Yes.
he has.
Okay.
That's true.
Yeah,
So don't
Because
throw
they're
those away.
sentimental.
Yeah.
Yes.
But you won't miss your 7th cape.
All right.
Okay.
I would
dare
miss
you.
his 7th cape.
Thank you, Jen. Listen, the outfit's got to stay. That's
Yeah.
for everybody. Those come out of the house.
All
All
right.
right. That's
See?
fine.
See, just like a hoarder, already deflecting and trying to be
I've got a
defensive.
closet full of sequins that agrees with Frank.
Oh,
Okay.
yeah.
Yeah, well, this tip is for you too, then, Jen.
Oh!
So the next time you try to declutter, it'll be easier for you to give it to Goodwill if you forget about it, and you're like, "Oh yeah, I didn't miss this at all."
No,
And
he
if
is
you're
right.
having problems forgetting where you hide stuff, then rip the bong a couple times, then hide it. You won't find it for years. That's what I did with my remote.
That's
I still manually turn my TV on. It sucks.
You gotta get those steps in. You
Gotta
gotta
get
get
those.
those steps in any way you can.
Right.
Yeah.
All right. I'd like to thank our in-studio guest, Jen Blanco, who's I still can't pronounce your name right, but I thank you for coming in. Lady Bits happening this Saturday, April 2nd at the Screening Room with 2 shows there. Obviously, thank you, Powers. And we'll see you guys this Friday at the TCC for the Tucson Roadrunners. Get your cheap seats now. The code word is Lazo, Lazo. You can get those tickets at KFMA.com. But that's all the time we have for the show today. Riley's up next. Enjoy the rest of your day. Drive safe, ride safe, and as always, rock local. Later.
When you wish upon
guys.
a side of beef,
Goodbye to the streamers.
soon will come
streamers.
and end to all your grief.
What a good time.
But if you've been mean or kind of bad, I will knock out all your teeth.
And